Hi friends, welcome to Yoga with Mesa. My name is Mesa and today I have a 20-minute yin yoga class for lower back relief. So for those of us with that lower back pain, soreness, stiffness, things of that nature, this is going to be a wonderful and juicy class for us. This is also going to be a great way just to release overall tension from the body because we'll be having a lot of forward folds, which can be very calming to the nervous system. So if you're just dealing with a lot of thoughts, stress, and worries, this will also be wonderful for you. So I always recommend having a couple blocks in your space, maybe even a blanket or a bolster. It's never a bad idea to have that support. So maybe you pause the video, go grab something, and we can get started when you return. Remember to listen to your body today, my friends. Remember that my words are just a guide, a roadmap, but you're always welcome to take a trail and explore along the way. So remember to be safe, listen to your body, always come out if you feel any pinching, burning, or stinging in your body. But remember, in yin yoga, we are aiming for a tolerable discomfort. So what that means is we want it to feel deep in sensation, but we don't want to be harming our bodies. We're just pushing them to their edge, inviting them to their edge, more so. Let's go ahead and get started in our child's pose. So for child's pose, bring your knees out wide. Your big toes will come to touch, and then we'll just melt the heart forward. Reach your hands forward and melt your forehead down to your mat. Let the shoulders and the upper body relax. Let your back relax. And let your hips relax. Maybe you are already starting to feel some release in the lower back. And if this is not enough, or you're already feeling pretty open into the hips and you want to feel more in the lower back, you can always scoot the knees in closer together and fold your body over the top of them so you're in more of that fetal pose shape. Wherever you are is perfect. Remember to listen to your body today, listen to your heart. And let's go ahead and slow things down by taking a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, soften a little more, grow a little heavier. And let's do that one more time. This time as you breathe in, become aware of any tension in your lower back. And as you exhale, relax that space where you're holding tension. Offer it to be released. Grow a little heavier. And then just let your breath find its organic rhythm, breathing in and out of your nose as the rib cage expands and contracts with your breath. Take a couple more breaths in your child's pose, slow, mindful breaths. Letting your hips get heavier as you breathe out. Once more, find a breath in and a relaxing, compassionate breath out. Then softly begin to lift your gaze. Press your palms and shift your hips forward and walk your knees underneath your hips. Beautiful. Inhale to lower your belly, roll your shoulders back, tilt your tailbone high to find that cow pose. And exhale, chin to chest, round your back. Ooh, feel that stretch between your shoulder blades as your tailbone points down. Beautiful. And come to your tabletop with a neutral spine, breathing in, breathing out. Begin to walk your knees forward and then sit your hips back onto your heels, and then we'll slide our hips off to the side and set your feet out in front of you. So flexing the feet, always the option here to sit on a blanket or a pillow and elevate your hips. So that'll just help round your pelvis forward, and it makes it a little bit easier to sustain these forward folds for those of us who tend to kind of fall backwards out of them. I'm sometimes one of those people. So yeah, option to sit up on a block, or you can even fold your mat, roll it a few times to help elevate the hips. So flexing the feet, we'll breathe in, reach our hands overhead, lift your heart up out of your waist. And as you exhale, fold forward. We'll pause here. Breathe in, find a halfway lift. Lift your heart. And exhale, let your body surrender. Fold it all down. Let the upper body get heavy. We are letting the muscles relax, so doing our best to not have any activation in the muscles. If you feel any wrinkles maybe in the back of the neck because you're trying to lift the head and remain aware and active, see if you can imagine yourself releasing any wrinkles from the back of your neck, and notice how the head really softens. Also, my friends, if it's not comfortable for you to have your head hanging heavy, you can always stack some blocks in between the legs up until they support your forehead. So that's another beautiful tool that you have the option for. Just depending on your anatomy. If your body's asking for more or less, that's when we invite props into our space to increase and decrease sensation by stacking or removing props. Take about 4 more rounds of breath, nice and slow. With every inhale, can you imagine some space and length being created in your spine? And with every exhale, let your heart melt closer to the earth. Let your body grow heavier. Once more, find a breath in and find a longer breath out. And before you come up from your fold, I want you to be aware of the spine. So we're just going to stack the spine one vertebra at a time until the head is the very last thing to rise. Coming up so slow, so mindful, and so kind to the spine. When we are kind to our spine, it's more likely to be kind to us. So if we're patient with our bodies, maybe our bodies will be a little more patient with us. So when you arrive, we will bring that left knee to a bend, and then that left foot's going to come towards the right thigh, the right inner thigh. You can stay with your hips on your bolster or blanket or prop, or you're welcome to take them off. I'm going to keep mine underneath my hips for my practice. So when you arrive, we'll take that breath in, reach your hands overhead. And as you exhale, I want you to just come right down the middle. So you're not quite leaning over that right leg, not quite yet. Feel the back of your right leg wake up, keeping the heart lifted for now. Take another breath in, find a half lift. exhale, maybe you take it a little deeper. Inhale once more, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, you can start to walk your hands over towards the right side of your space until you feel that stretch in the left side of your body, in the left lower back. And that left side body should really start to peel open. So breathing in, breathing out, taking it a little deeper. Tenting those fingertips to help you stay in this posture. Pressing those fingertips into the earth. And find one more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, crawl your hands back so that they are straddled over your right leg. So your heart is facing that right thigh, but more like reaching towards the right foot. Just take a breath in, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead and let the upper body find that total surrender. Option to place a block underneath the forehead if you don't want the head to hang heavy, but you want the upper body to be able to relax. Just make a note if you are bringing judgmental thoughts into your space. Am I doing this right? Or why is my body so tight? Or why is this lady making me do this? It's so uncomfortable. Or maybe you're judging yourself in some way, judging the situation in some way, or maybe you're judging something that you said today. Maybe it's not even something from this moment, it's about the past. Maybe it's worries about the future. Just note, if you're having any thoughts like that it's okay. It's all right. Our mind likes to wander, it likes to create stories and live in the past and predict the future. And it's all a part of our monkey wandering mind. But note that it's never good or bad. Whatever it is you're feeling or thinking, it's never good or bad. We don't have to label it. All it is distraction. It's our mind wandering. And every time we can come back to our breath and be aware of our inhales and be aware of our exhales, we allow those wandering thoughts to dissolve. And we allow ourselves to be peaceful in the present moment without trying to escape the present moment. Breathing in, I expand. Breathing out, I soften. Expanding. Softening. 3 more breaths. And just like our last forward fold, when we start to come up, I want you to let your head be the very last thing to rise. So just walking your hands back, sliding them back towards your hips as you stack your spine. And we'll just pause for a moment. Let's get ready to move over to the other side. Wonderful job, everyone. If you had a block, maybe you need to scooch it off to the side for a moment. And then we will bring the right leg in, the left leg straight in front of us. Beautiful. And let's get started. Inhale to reach your hands overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Lift up out of your waist. And as you exhale, we're going to fold right down the middle line. Keep your heart lifted. Reaching in front of you, inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold a little more. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, walk your hands over towards the left side of your space, and we're gonna walk them, crawl them to the left until you find and feel that stretch in your right side body, your right hip, and maybe even reaching into the right lower back. Inhale to keep the heart lifted, lengthen the spine. And exhale, maybe you deepen just a little bit more. Couple more breaths here. Where else can you soften in the places that you're feeling that deep tension and sensation? Take another breath in and out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands over so that they are straddling the left leg. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold, release. Option to stack a block underneath the forehead so you can relax your head a little more without the weight carrying into the back of your neck. Maybe if you're feeling a little sensitive there, if you have any previous injuries in your neck. Do your best here to let it all fade away. Remember, when the mind wanders to the future, the past, or thoughts of judgment in the now, can you bring yourself back to peace simply by reuniting with your beautiful breath? The inhales that fill you with love, with life, with oxygen, and the exhales that release all that does not serve you in this moment. Release anything you've been carrying that is ready to be let go of. And release you deeper and deeper into the ground below. Breathing in, I lengthen and expand. Breathing out, I soften, I relax, I go deeper. Take about 3 more breaths. Remember to let them be slow. So if you find your body starting to be active and you find yourself squeezing muscles in anticipation of the future, see if you can stay relaxed. Let the muscles stay relaxed. 1 more breath. And then we will calmly slide the hands back towards our hips as we roll our vertebrae up to that tall posture. So good, wonderful job. Slide any props out from underneath you. Then walk your knees in to a bend, so walk your feet in towards your hips so your knees are facing the sky. Place your hands behind your hips, and just for a couple of breaths, we are going to press into the feet, squeeze glutes, and lift hips towards the sky. Let your head hang heavy behind you if that's comfortable. Maybe really squeeze the glutes to lift the hips up. Reverse tabletop. Once more, breathe in, squeeze and lift. Exhale, release your hips back down to your mat. And then just windshield wiper your knees right to left, left to right. It's natural for the hips to kind of start to crawl forward. Thank So there really is no love greater than